laner or your soul laners, I think it's about, okay, trade, because Hacker does know that Aki's red buff should be spawning now, so gonna give up an early Drake and pick this one up. One thing I want to look out for is what Rift we are going to get, because it's Flash available, you don't really have any pressure to threaten that. But eStar are going to start this Herald, and OMG are posturing like they want to fight.
There is a ward in the back of the pit. Eric's walking down, so no AD carry. The Swell Seed flies through his news, trying to come in as well. Smite is available, and Hacker just needs to land it down, waiting, gets a Shockwave in there as well as eStar. Now going to get slept down. No one's picked up the Herald, but they don't care. The fight's more important with First Blood going down to Big Bad Viking, as Swimming wants to follow up, but OMG, they didn't have their AD carry. They walked back in. And eStar don't care. They're
response realizing, hey, we can't counter punch them on the top side of the map. We need to get an objective out of this on the bottom side.
Which will be placed out on the top side eventually with the Herald. The bottom side you mentioned with the Dragon. At least leads OMG to that double Dragon to start game off. You wanted to see the Ocean Lyric, of course, for OMG's composition. We're going to get that answer very shortly. Shalcy is going to try and cue that one. We've seen that in the LPL before, but no dice. And there you go.
Too tanky, so if he did want to go something like a Ludens, I wouldn't be too surprised, but I think, Cole.
It is a Rakan, though, so we can turn this play. OMG have walked into the choke with Rat there. They're going to get a double-man knock-up, and Eric getting low with the Ignite. Shalcy backs away, and this is why you don't chase a Rakan. As Cold at half health still wants to escape. Rat, all he needs is a second skin, and flashing away. Cold almost see OMG is a 5-stack in front of this Dragon. And ladies and gentlemen, you want some action? Let's see that team fight come up as the Dragon is waiting. Cold getting poked down. And already a good poke of a start from eStar.
Yeah, it's really fun to see, too. We're just seeing Azir and Kai'Sa throw out their poke abilities, already chunking down Cold. So again, the flexibility of the comp that we've talked about. And it feels like the ball's in OMG's court. They need to be the one to force this if they want to be able to come out with a teamfight win.
Dragon resets for the most part. OMG still here. Healing up is good. But no one's really committed. We're just doing this dance with pants.
The thing is, eStar can just turn to mid-wave and push that in like what they're doing. We do see OMG pushing out bot, but eStar definitely feeling like they have the more significant pressure here. Oh, Shalcy's looking for a flank.
Going to go down 4K. Swell Seed's out as well, and OMG, for the most part, still going to be hitting this Dragon down. Eric's there, and for the steal, Ragnarok into the pit. He just takes it away. Does he care? No, Shockwave whiffs as well. Empress Divide sandwiches, and Shalcy gets the backline engaged. This is over, ladies and gentlemen. It was what I would say. If Eric didn't just find the Samira ult, this champion is absolutely busted when there's not enough CC. eStar get wiped. Shalcy gets knocked up. Eric's on the follow-up, and you know what? Samira wins the play.
I mean, it definitely felt like more of a blunder on eStar's end, Hysterics. They definitely have the CC to lock Samira down. Obviously, a lot of it just coming out early. The Emperor's Divide, the Renekton W. Shalcy wasn't even in the play when it started, as we saw him use his W to try to escape. So, a bit of a fail. eStar that, like, we see the Emperor's Divide come out, push people away, and then Rakan Charm just kind of locks them all down when it wasn't really needed at that point.
Very true. We're going to see a fight again, though, Lyric. Unfortunately, you don't get the talk. Shalcy tries to engage, and eStar
finishes, but the question will always be, hey, are eStar able to lock down the Samira? If they are, I really...
Aki's not going to get the scuttle either, so... Dragon still yet to be started. eStar on the back end with Teleport being burned by Nuke.
And I want to see if Shalcy wants to look for a potential flank again, or if he just wants to play front to back. I don't think Rakan in this instance really needs to look for a flank. You know OMG are going to run into you.
4K going in for the engage. Cold first. Double man knockup on the back end as well. Where's Eric? He's still here with 1600 on the Dragon. Cold gets low. Shockwave only onto one, but it's Irma. He uses the ultimate, sends it back into the team. That's kind of ending, Lyric, because now Eric has a fun time yet again. Onto ZS. You'll get another one there as Hacker is left by his lonesome. The Dragon goes over to eStar, but the fight is kaput.
And now OMG going to be able to turn this into a Baron. Doesn't mean too much if they didn't get the Dragon. They can start being the team that starts snowballing this gold lead. Only losing one member in Cold, a massive win.
6-1 and 5, 3-0 and 7. Count the scores, count OMG. And maybe count eStars out, because with the gold lead with Baron, this game got a hell of a lot harder for the blue side.
Yeah, and OMG having a lot of, like, wave clear and siege potential coming out from that Orianna, still, it's going to be a bit hard for them to break down a lot
of these wards to play them well. Here comes the flank Dominus use. He's a speedy boy onto Eric. They want to kill this Samira, but the bot comes out from Cold to zone him away. The pulverize as well. Cold's going to take one for the team as Eric is still zoned out without too much life steal. They go back in and Cold will die first. Eric knocked up yet again, but Aki in with the sleep. Now it comes through onto two people. Hacker and ZS, down they go. As Samira bopped in again, but this time eStar still have Rat on the back end with New boppling away. That's not English, I know, but eStar now want to turn the fight onto Irma, who's on the back end, and New heals up so much. These fights have been messier than a pie on your face for New Year's Eve with a triple kill going over to New, and ZS and you are going to fight it out. This is the silliest game of the split. I'll call it now. He'll get dunked, and that was bloody insane. Coming fight lyric, it feels like we might have to talk about him as Baron starts.
Yeah, OMG having great turn potential coming out from the Alistar. Cold is ready and waiting.
Hacker's there, he's a beefy boy, and the Viking gets bopped back. Cold running in first without the rest of the team. Two-man pulverizer, Shalcy in for the flanking position. Rakan gets everyone up with the quickness as Rat is zoned out, hit by Eric, who heals up. Now it's time to hit that S ranking. It's a double kill. It's Irma with the ulti again, but into the backline. It doesn't matter. It goes all the way of OMG, but left with Wooming and Shalcy. It ends up being Wooming favored. New comes in. Again, he doesn't die, because this Aatrox is the embodiment of hell on earth. You believe in that stuff? Well, you do now. New will dunk him, and that's the full-blown ace.
I'm kind of disappointed ZS wasn't able to get Wooming, so we could have had the 1v1 between top laners once again, but New ultimately being the one to come out on top and take over. Eric and New just having phenomenal teamfight performances. We're gonna have them start this two-man Baron. Cold already up and on his way over. I would expect OMG to be able to pick this one up. I just wonder if eStar's members will even try to funnel here once they do get off those respawns.
Better lifestealer wins. that's my assumption of this game. He's going to use World Endo. That's just going to give him that extra bit of oomph as teleport being burned. Cold sitting on him. This cow means business, and he just bops Irma away. Irma wanted the kill, and Cold's not going to let him have it as he runs back to the farm. Hopefully,
able to walk away. They're slowly increasing this gold advantage, but hey, Dragon once again up in about a minute, so we're going to get another team fight.
And you know what? Shalcy's been caught. Sleep's going to be put down as well. And just because that's on the support doesn't mean it's not big, because it's massive. Shalcy will drop immediately. Ragnarok, Chilling Smite used. Remember, that's not going to do too much, but Hacker still slowed by the Swell Seed. Cold waiting for the headbutt Pulverize to get in front of him. Doesn't end up working. Unbreakable Will there. He flashes immediately, bops him back into the team, and Hacker doesn't have that ulti, as we just saw. He will eventually drop down as OMG have a numbers advantage. Going in, healer number one in ZS is here, but into the backline. Samira presses R, goes golden, and I think Eric may have sacrificed his life. A little bit inty, but News here. And even with the turret, he's not going to die. Cold going forward, and this Fiesta is no longer a siesta in the LPL. New gets set up for the double kill for Wooming. Give him the triple kill, and OMG are now going to run it home.
Yeah, OMG just taking over with these team fights. Death timers are probably too long. OMG should be able to close out this game.
Eventually, we could get there, Lyric. 40 kills, 34 minutes. This is what we remember about the LPL, just not the style, we could say. As the first Nexus turret goes down, the Nexus turret number 2 at the ready. And Shalcy wants to persuade this one to go even further. 1 second till Olaf comes up. Everyone needs to hit the Nexus. It's getting close, but it is game 1 for OMG.
Yeah, and overall, in hindsight, kind of easier to say that it does look like the tools that eStar had just weren't enough to deal with the Samira. We saw Rakan probably...
in fact, and that all will be locked in the end. So, Lyric, take me through eStar first, because this is a very different composition with a bit of mid-jungle threat. How do you play this out?
So now we're getting...
Just pop back. He went too deep. Okay, he's gone. Well, he's a little bit low as mid lane Hacker's here. Now, you wonder how the Blind Monk sees that Wooming's overextended, but he feels it in the Force. Flashes with Cripple. Sonic Wave waiting. Wooming doesn't get to flash because Hacker outplayed it for first blood.
Yeah, just really clean coming out from him. Doesn't even need the Sonic Wave. Gets in enough range to just be able to dish him out with the E and those auto attacks like you talked about. We mentioned, hey, you have a great mid-jungle setup here in this game. It's going to be more solo lane oriented, and eStar don't want to stop.
Teleport in a big minion wave. Aki's here though, and Irma's like, I don't know if we're gonna do this anymore. New still low, shield drain, use Bella's breath there, but they flash. Immediately the Winds of War predicted the flash. Irma, you are very nice indeed.
It's nice.
The backline minions don't really exist, and it makes a bit of a difference as Hacker's now up here, and Irma making the roam. Lyric, you set this up so well. If he shadows or goes in, doesn't matter. Sonic Wave, Resonating Strike, and Hacker doesn't have ulti, but the Winds of War there again, waiting for the Searing Charge. Irma's trying to be a big brain today, and he'll help Hacker get his second kill in the process.
Yep, though, Shao C wanting to be aggressive.
We're going to see second skin passive comes up. Eric gets low. Bop here from Cold in the end. As top lane, we're diving onto Wu Ming. The hero's entrance, Wu Ming stuck. And these solo laners flourishing with the help of Hacker. While bottom lane, if it's a solo kill, now you put it...
And they're just, following their composition to a T.
Don't ever doubt yourself. You talked about Hacker's influence, and that's what made the play and this play we're seeing here. Hookshot, wall shot, this time actually hits the wall. Yeah, chat, we all saw it, didn't we? New's going to get locked up against the wall himself, and you know what? Kick not needed. Chelsea somehow picks up the kill with a bit of...
Chelsea was handpicked by Sword Art and kind of trained under him. One thing Sword Art would do a lot on the Flash Wolves roster when they brought in MMD was make these early...
Teleport is such a threat. No one really wants to deal with him. As Shockwave user clear the wave again. Punch down with Demolish. And Irma gets first turret blood. 610 gold right into the pocket while the dragon is being done and uncontested by Hacker.
Also, at this point, right, you have 3 lanes of priority. Hacker can do whatever he wants, uncontested. Anywhere Aki goes.
Start of the split, holding the lane well. Meanwhile, Irma's just absorbing pressure up in this top side while Hacker's getting a free dragon. Look at the bottom lane. Herald's going to push in. Shelly has met some minions. This is like, maybe like an artist and the fans trying to bat them away so you can get into the venue. The venue's waiting. Big sellout crowd in this inner turret, and eStar moving forward are going to take this with ease.
And good thing, we also see Irma stopping backs on the top half of the map, so eStar potentially could even keep trying to force this if they want. It does look like they're going to back off because of the minion wave being small, taking these jungles away from Aki. So even though it doesn't look like they're necessarily expanding their gold advantage, as Shao C...
Solar Flare, OMG starting the fight, but I think they might end it as Hero's entrance comes in. Hacker flies through like the wind. OMG with the numbers disadvantage, but they still engage. Shao C gets pulled back with the Shockwave, and Hacker taking the 4th shot in the end. He has to flash too as the cow sees his Ocean Soul.
Like, it's weird because it's kind of cheeky in the sense that it does stop OMG from being able to go to Dragon themselves. So you're kind of...
And this is what the difference between like a mid to top tier team is. Irma teleports in. I was going to say, testing the patience, whittling him down, pulling over OMG. He's TP'd and achieved nothing. That TP, Lyric, out of 10.
So... I'm going to give it a straight up 0 because typically what you would see here as a team is, right, eStar is supposed to be the team on Baron. You try to just force out News TP. You're not actually trying to burn the Baron, and then you take bot side turret. eStar don't do that. Irma TP's bot for no reason, and we get a bunch of nothing happening once again.
They're called Forge God use. Shockwave dodged away from Parat, who has to heal in the end as well. Bullets are flying down as Xiaoxi's blocking for his 80 carry. The fork shot tries to hit to the right of the mark. So a couple of ultis used across, and mainly from OMG, but Summoners burnt from eStar.
Yeah, and OMG now at least have a bit of breathing room, but still, I don't expect eStar to be able to break open this bottom... Oh, maybe I'm wrong, as New gets traded on.
See, it's ultimate use, actually, in the Hextech ultimatum. Sonic Wave misses, but New getting tagged down. He's ignited. Irma gets the kill, and the turret goes with it as well. Onto Cold, who absorbs the damage. OMG now kiting back as the kick from Wu Ming may have secured the game. Hacker's done all he can as Wu Ming has to flash away. It's everyone forward. The committal there from eStar as the Justice Punch once again onto Eric, who's left teamless with a double kill over to Rat and eStar. This time they ain't making mistakes. It took one massive punch and an anticlimactic ending. But at least we're going to game 3 as Eric has to stand there and watch.
I just love that eStar throw the textbook out the window. They don't need to try to pull the members of OMG apart. They just go, hey, I'm going to ult this guy. We're going to kill him, and we're going to end the game. We are 1-1 in this series, which isn't surprising.
Rat-a-tat-tat, wrong champion, but it's Vayne locked in with Xiaoxi's set.
And we've had a lot of conversations because of the... At least we'll get a bit of XP back, and actually Irma's making his way up. But Wu Ming is ultimate. Wu Ming is ultimate hysterics.
Okay, all right, well, let's see as possible. So it's just such a 200 IQ move. Hey, Dragon goes down. We now have an Infernal Rift. So
it's quite fun to watch, but Eric going for the most amount of DPS possible, which when you are a more one carry threat oriented team, which feels weird because Aatrox and Olaf will definitely deal a lot of damage, but in the late game,
Eric, Solar Flare's coming down. You know what? Chelsea's dead. First blood goes over to the Tristana. And all of a sudden, Hacker's in as well. Shockwave used that whiffs blood, and you gave it over to Tristana. So that's not great. You know, that's not great. And now for OMG, you know, moving this top side, that's a good steal for Hacker of his own buff. As the engage starts, teleport there, over the wall. Eric comes in, great condemn from Rat, but meanwhile, the fight on the other side, Xiaoxi works his way in to maybe be dead again. The undertow landing the first time, the second time, and new on the Aatrox. Oh my god, the dunk comes on down with a rocket jump on top of that. Eric resets City up there while Hacker's bloodthirsty. These two teams can't help it. They're like, let's go back to game one. A double kill for Hacker. And it's 4 for 3.
Missteps, they should get collapsed on immediately. We have both summoners from Rat and no summoners from Eric, so that's probably the most important thing to note.
Chat, I know you have a brain. Listen to what Lyric's saying. One misstep. That's what we'll be looking out for, especially for the likes of Rat. With the Kraken Slayer now, Dragon's going to go down pretty fast. Aki's there from the rim, though, and Hacker now has the same level as he gets pulled on in. Ragnarok immediately pulls into Hero's entrance. Only hits Dragon. None of eStar is new. With the flank, Rat kiting back as well. Look at the position of this Vayne as Xiaoxi keeps him safe. New hit hard. He doesn't have that much sustain yet, and Rat feeling himself. Get him a double kill. Cold goes back in. It's Vayne time for another triple kill.
Rat coming in massive, and a lot of this is off the mistakes from Aki getting chunked out so low. It turned into what was just a 5v4 for the side of eStar. And guess what? Even if we do have like 4 bruiser composition versus the 3 bruiser comp, if you have less numbers, Rat gonna be able to dish out more damage every time. Still nice plays coming out from him. We saw ZS doing a nice job of kind of playing that frontline role. And now
this is about to come up. ZS will not have the ult for the start of the fight at the very least. Xiaoxi's running on in. He has his real flash back up and available again. If OMG get this, they'll move to Soul Point. News over by the flank in a position that Lyric you've talked about for good Aatrox players. You want to play the front line, you want to play from that flanking angle. And that's exactly where he is for now, with ZS matching him. Dragon's been started. Hacker walking in. Xiaoxi here as well. Cold with the Zenith Blade flashes in. He wants the backline. He's on to Rat. And he's set up the heroic entrance. Wooming flies in first. Eric's having a good time now as well. And they're in a choke. Rat trying to outplay. He hits Eric once, twice. Tumbles away. He's gone invisible. He's run out of his ultimate. And New's taken him down. That one was carried by Cold as he sets up the engage. Hacker's the only one left. And you know, even with Gore Drinker, he's soon to drop. Take it all. OMG are back in the game.
Still 9-9 in kills. We pretty much see the reverse of what happened last time around. Cold finding the massive engage, like you said. Very well played by OMG overall. This is going to equal out to the Dragon. Sadly, if Eric was up, they could have even potentially looked to start a Baron play right now. But at the very least, they take the Dragon, recalls are going to come out, and we can start putting down some vision in the top side river. New doesn't have TP though, Hysterics. He has to walk the long way here.
True. So for OMG, they're going to have a man down at 4K. This is going down fast with the help of Rat, who's doing this true damage to the Baron. The steel bolt's there. Set can't get the ulti. Shouts, it's stolen. Walk right on in. And Aki just says, oh, thank you for the leash. As eStar now have to kite back. Look at Rat. He's still alive. New wants him, but he's safe. New jumps on in, and he's going to die. While eStar, they may not get the Baron, but the team fight with Eric, the only one left alive, is definitely theirs. Hacker on the chase, and Eric waiting to rocket jumper. Q again. Sniped down, and OMG erased.
Massive win from the side of eStar. Doesn't matter that they didn't get the Baron. They're going to pick up all the kills.
I think it'd be perfect right now.
It's actually just real quick tangent. It's really weird to look down at the scoreboard and realize that Hacker is 7-1-4. It's been... Again, OMG were doing a great job of controlling the jungle in the early game, but of course, off of some of these recent skirmishes...
He's got Ragnarok. He can't be stunned down. He can just run this out, but it depends. They're going to use the hero's entrance right down as well. OMG for the counter engage. Xiaoxi ults out Wooming, which I think was just shocking. And now, looking in the backside, Aki's still getting chased while it's an absolute mess. Eric and Rat are still alive, and I'm trying to find Rat. He's up here onto Wooming. The Vayne needs the Silver Bolts, gets the true damage, and down will go for a double kill. Eric now trying to run away, and the Vayne better, a triple kill to follow suit. Shousey on the chase, and this series has just been the epitome of League of Legends. Shousey over the wall. Eric, does he have another rocket jump? The real question. He wants to turn the blade. He will in a second. Is he going to die? Yeah.
I just wonder if eStar can close, which they actually definitely can. I don't need to wonder. 20-second death timers.
Oh my god, it's done. Colt's trying to defend onto the Nexus turret. And yep, that's it. There's a full-blown ace, and eStar are going to run it home. I don't know. I don't think eStar or OMG won this series, but I think the viewers definitely did.
I just don't know how we go from a replay. We pop back into the screen. It's like, okay, Aki's caught out. You point out he's...
Yeah. Well. GG